Hello guys, welcome everyone. It's good to see you guys. Okay, we've got a lot of people joining in. All right, perfect. Hey guys, my name is Rohit, and welcome to this week's edition of In the Spotlight. We're sorry that we couldn't go live yesterday due to some circumstances, because of which our guest was not available, but he was available today. So we're doing this today. Thank you for joining us. For those who have joined us for the first time, In the Spotlight is basically an hour session that we do talking to one of the successful owners in our businesses that have been doing really well. And also for those who joined us again this week, thank you so much for being part of our journey and being part of our sessions on a regular basis. All right, so today's speaker, we have Amit Baid, business owner and organization head of the Velocity organization, and he's been in the business for more than a decade now, and he's going to be talking to about scaling up continuously, about how to be profitable from day one. I hope you guys will have a good session. Please do leave your questions for Amit Baid at the end of the session, and I'm sure he will definitely be more than happy to answer all your questions for you guys. So let's bring on a guest if he is online. Yeah. Hello, Amit.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
How are you doing?
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible, and thank you so much. How are you doing, Amit?
Okay, your voice is breaking. My voice breaking as well. Your voice is
Amit, I
cracking.
think we are going to be facing a little bit of network issues. I
Is
don't
my
know.
voice cracking as well?
Yes, I believe. Your network, your video is breaking actually.
The video is breaking. Should I, from a Wi-Fi, should I and try this? Should I shift from Wi-Fi to 4G?
Okay.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay, 4G is better than Wi-Fi. That's good. That's nice. Hi guys, good evening everybody. How are you guys doing? It was a busy day, it was a busy week, and yesterday I got caught in some work, so I was not able to come online. And it's the first time Instagram online live. I'm talking to people. In fact, I was learning from Rohit how to come live and how to talk to people. Right. And he was like, Amit, don't worry. It's very, very simple. It's as cool as coming on Zoom, is as cool as coming on WhatsApp and talking to people. And I'm feeling good and I'm very excited because I'm doing this first time. And whatever I do first time, it makes me very, very happy. So I'm feeling very happy about it. Thanks to Rohit for giving me opportunity to come on live and teaching me how to do this. That's cool. And I'm sure this will happen often now.
Yeah. We'd love to have you guys over and over again.
That's cool. So my topic today is scaling up continuously ensures that your company remains profitable right from go. Right now, I got promoted as a owner on 25th March 2005, and I joined in March 2003. Right, it took me 2 years to become an owner, and I remember from the day I joined, like first thing, of course, like all of us, I learned sales. And from the day you do your first sale, you become entrepreneur. Right? Because sales can, build a business and can break a business. Right. So, and once you do your first sale, it means you've got few selling skills. Because sales is transfer of enthusiasm from seller to buyer. And if you can sell once, you can sell multiple times. Right. So congratulations to all budding entrepreneurs, all existing entrepreneurs, and all successful entrepreneurs, and everybody who was able to sustain themselves in business, because sustaining and being success it itself is a success in business, and progressing is even better. Right. So first thing, when you come to the business, you learn sales, and that's what I learned as well. Right. And and I'm not from a sales and marketing background. I'm from HR background. I did my MBA in HR long back in 2001, when MBA used to be a good course. Right. So I did MBA in 2001. Then I did my master's in labor law, labor welfare. Then I did my master's diploma in computer application from Symbiosis, Pune, because I did 3 post graduation because Symbi crowd was really good. So I wanted to stay there for a longer time and enjoy my college life. And then I worked for Reliance Industries in HR department. That in training and development department. And then I joined this company. And it was a very funny story. I was in Pune for 3 to 4 years. And then I went back to Gujarat, Surat, joined Reliance. Gujarat was an amazing place, right? Good food, right? And but no alcohol, no party. I'm like, Pune, I have to want to come back to Pune. I started applying for jobs in Pune. And this was the first call I got. And I didn't saw the company, no job pro, nothing. I'm like, great. I'm getting a job in Pune, that's enough. Didn't ask the package as well. Straight away, I'm like, I'm in, I'm joining. Because all my friends were like, come back to Pune. And I was missing. So I came back, joined this company, and sales happened. I went and on the field first day in a commercial area paid, and everybody was speaking Marathi. I don't know Marathi. And sales happened. And then sales kept on happening because I was enjoying this process. I was like, wow. I was in HR where I was dealing with internal customers of organization. In sales and marketing, I deal with external customers of the organization. And sales kept on happening. Right. And then immediately after 2 months, I did a zero first time after 2 months. And I was like, okay, cool. I did a zero one day, but I see lots of people doing zero. And then second day, again, I did a zero. And I'm like, Amit, how can you do zero? You're very good with sales. You can. And then third day, again, I did a zero. No say. And then my leader, Sai, was like, Amit, I think you need to go on a retrain. I'm like, Sai, I think I'm a very good seller. I'm the best performer in this office. I don't need a retrain. I think I can sort it myself. And fourth day, again, I went alone and I did a zero. And I was like shocked. I'm like, what's going wrong? And fifth day, again, I did a zero. And sixth day, again, I did a zero. And then I'm like, Sai, I think I'm an HR man. I think I should shift to HR. Sales and marketing is not happening. It's not working for me. He's like, Amit, done, no problems. But why don't you go on a retrain? And then I'm like, okay, I'll go on a retrain. I went on a retrain. And then I saw my pitch was better than the person who's training me. My confidence was better. But only thing I was missing was I was not enjoying the game. I was not having fun. Right. I went on a retrain and the customer or a donor, in charity we say donor, in product we say customer. The customer asked, can you come to the point? And this guy was like, so which point you're talking about? Right. And he was having fun with every person he's meeting. When a person says, I'm not in the right position to buy right now, he said, whenever you're in the right position, call me, I'll come. I'm available. And the person started laughing and he's like, okay, I'll buy. It's cool. And then I learned, you have to learn how to enjoy what you do. Like, it's not about doing what you love. Love what you do. Like, because you have to do it. So once you start loving what you do, right, you do it in a better way. And that's the way you progress in whatever you do. Right? Like if you see, when you become a parent, you have a kid. I know less people can relate to it because most of the people are, young, they're not married. You don't have a choice what color kid you will get, what will be the features, what will be the size and weight. And if you see every parent, what whatever what the kid looks like, they love their kid, and they love the kid whole life. In spite of all the naughty things we do, our parents loved us, right? And there's a reason that relationship stayed back. Same thing in a business. You have to love your business, right? And you have to be best in whatever level you are. So if you're a business associate, you have to be the best business associate among all the business associates. You should be like, I want to be number one. When you become a leader, your goal should be, I want to be the best leader among all. And as you become a best leader, you will see you'll get promoted to an executive leader. Then among all the executive leader, you have to be the best. Now, when I say best, best will be in all sense. The way you dress up, right? The way you carry yourself, right? Even your folder, pen, mobile, the way you look, the way you talk, the knowledge you have about your industry, right? You have to be best in everything what you do, right? And you will see you're scaling yourself to the next level. As you are best in whatever you do, you don't stay at that level. You shift to the next level, right? What mistake people do as they become an executive leader, once they learn sales, they become good with sales, they get to the next level where they lead a small team of 2-3 people, right? And then they get so busy with managing those 2-3 people that their sales standards drops down. And their focus is more on managing, right? And then you don't go to the next level because you have to be good with sales and leading a team, combination of both. But leading a team doesn't mean that your sales standards drop down. You maintain the same sales standard and you're also leading a team. Then the next level can come where you lead a bigger team. You become a team leader. You have 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 people in your team. Don't get busy in only managing a team. Keep on leading. You're amazing at sales. You're very good with recruitment. You're good with training. Continue that process. Don't get into management mode where my job is only my people sell, my people recruit, my people train. I have to be the best. Even I'm an organizational head and I have 36 companies. I always run number one company among all my companies. Do you want to know how I developed those 36 companies? Right. Because I was always amazing at sales. Whenever I used to take interview and I used to see, oh, wow, this guy can be developed faster. Immediately as I take interview, I'm like, let's go on the field. I want to take your interview right now on the field. And I should take that person as observation on the field, recruit that person, and next 3-4 days, I should train that person personally. And because I used to train that person, the progress was faster. The person used to become a leader faster. And as a leader, again, I used to take my leader and again 3 observation and again show him how to recruit myself. So instead of depending on my team leaders or executive leader or my team, I used to do it myself and I kept on doing it. And that's the reason from 2005, I became an owner. 2009, I was already an organizational head where I had 5 first-generation owners in 4 years. Right. In fact, as I became an owner, I got an opportunity to start my new office in Hyderabad. And I never knew anything. I didn't know anything about Hyderabad. Tony and Sai told me there's an opportunity in Hyderabad to start an office. Right. I had 2-3 people from South. They were like, wow, Hyderabad, the biryani is amazing. And we all are food lovers. Right. Hyderabad biryani is good. I'm like, let's jump. Let's go. And immediately next week I was in Hyderabad. Nobody told me temperature in Hyderabad is 49 degrees. I'm like, great. When I reached there, I'm like, wow, 49 degrees. Right. First day on the field, we all were bleeding. Because we had biryani for every day for 6 days. And chicken biryani, mutton biryani, heat. It was an amazing combination. Everybody was sick. And I was not able to connect to people because, in 2005, I had spikes. I didn't have mustache, anything. And I used to look like a dude. And then I was relating to people who were very simple. Yes, sir. How are you, sir? We are doing. I'm like, hey, bro, how are you? Let's go. And they were like, who is this alien? So, and people used to come for interview and their parents used to come for interview with them. So I had to explain them the profile. Then I was explaining the parent. They were like, can you also explain this to my mom, dad? I'm like, okay. And I should explain them to mom, dad. They were like, very good, very good. But where's your father? I'm like, sir, I'm the owner. Oh, you are the owner? Okay, okay. And they were like, no, 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 no. My kids will not join. He's too young to be a owner of a company. Right. And I remember when I was taking interview, they used to stare at my spikes. So it was difficult. And that's the reason for almost 7 to 8 months, I didn't hire anybody. Right. And my existing guys were leaving because they were not able to, it was too hot there. They were not able to connect to South Indian people. So only me and one of my guys was left, and I was running an office with one person. But sales didn't dip. I used to personally do 200 sales, and my guy used to do 100 sales. I used to do 300. Me and my guy used to do 300 sales for 4 to 5 months continuously. The guy name is Arvind Sharma, and he runs a big organization in Hyderabad. Right. And we kept doing that for 7 to 8 months. And then I learned how to connect to people in South India. Then I started going for dinners and lunch with them on a banana leaf, have biryani rice, and started eating from hand with them. Started understanding them. I lowered down my energy and enthusiasm when I talked to them. I became more simple. And then I was able to connect to them. And within a year's time, I had 40 guys. Right. But what kept me going ahead, because my profits didn't went down. In sales, I was making the same profit. Right. And my recruitment went down for 7, 8 months. And then it took me just 5 months to put 40 people. Once I understood the market, I understood the mentality of people, I was able to connect with people. 40 people in 4 months. Right. So why? Because I was personally very good with sales, recruitment, retraining, retention. As an entrepreneur, you cannot be dependent on anybody. It doesn't mean you don't trust, you don't delegate. It only means you have to show people what to do instead of telling people what to do. As an entrepreneur, and you have to do it whole life. Even now, when the sale, like when telemarketing started in 15th March, we shut our office. 16 March, I was on phone doing telesales myself. I didn't ask any of my team member. Me and one of my second generation owner, Anshul Garg, we both sat together, took the sheet of data and started doing telesales ourselves. Right. And I remember that was Sunday. And then Monday again we did telesales. Then we got a hang of telesales. And from Tuesday, we taught it to our people. And from first week itself in telesales, we started crossing 100 sales. First week of lockdown. So there was no lockdown for the company, for my branch. It kept on going up. 100 sales, 140, 150, 200. In the first month, it started touching 200 sales in telesales. Why? Because from starting, I have a habit of first doing things myself and then asking people to do it. Right. No compromise on standard. Because I don't know how to motivate people. What I can always do is I can do something, become good with it, and then teach people how to do it. And if you have that attitude as an entrepreneur, you will always keep on progressing, right? Because theme of entrepreneurship is massive growth. Massive growth means great professional growth, financial growth, and personal growth, right? Now, lots of people focus on learning. Don't worry of earning. I agree to this. But your bank account have to keep on growing. You need to make more money as an entrepreneur. Otherwise, why you're running a business? So your financial growth, personal growth, and professional growth should go hand in hand. I made money in this business from day one. I had an amazing lifestyle in this company as a business associate. I used to wear business suits and I used to dress up like this, even as a leader, as a crew leader, as a team leader. I always had great mobile. I always used to spend every weekend 5,000 to 6,000, even in 2003. Right. And all 30 days, I had to wear a different shirt. Right. I had 30 blazers, even as a new leader. But I had that lifestyle from day one. So I made money from day one. I spent money from day one. I had a lifestyle. I had an expense from day one. And as an owner also, I maintained that lifestyle as a promoting owner, as an organizational head. I kept on maintaining that lifestyle. So there was a need, right? And lifestyle kept on enhancing. So you have to understand as an entrepreneur, right? You have to be profitable from day one. You have to be good with everything yourself. And then, and now, then people might think, oh, as an entrepreneur, if you're doing everything yourself, how will you handle so much? When you can do everything yourself, you will see you will be able to replace people. You don't have to ask people because your training will be more effective. As an entrepreneur, you will always be a glorified leader and a glorified trainer. You have to keep on training and building people. Right. Like right now when I'm doing this call, I also have a call at 7 o'clock. I had a call with my leaders. But I've delegated this to my other owner. But how I delegated it? I did it personally multiple times. I showed how I talk to my leader. When you have to inspire people, when you have to educate people, when you have to put a competition, right? When you have to make people realize that they are doing time pass, they need to be serious about it, right? When you need to just have fun with people and leave them. So, but I showed it. Instead of explaining it, I kept on showing it. So as an entrepreneur, whatever I do, I make sure there are lots of people watching me doing this. And more people watch me, it's easier for them to copy what I do. Right. Second thing, whatever hard work you have done till now, you have reached to a level. All of you reached to a great level. But if you want to progress further in your professional life, right, you cannot stop working hard. You have to increase your efforts. You have to keep on scaling up. If you really want to progress, if I stop working hard now and just relax, right, I'll come to a plateau, I'll become stagnant, and slowly I'll start going down. Right? But if I want to go progress more, from 36 companies, I want to go to 40, 50, 60, I have to work more. So lots of people have a myth. Once you become an entrepreneur, you don't have to stop working. But I don't feel work is work. Like when I'm talking to you, I'm not prepared. In fact, I was talking to Rohit. I was traveling. I just reached my home 15 minutes back. Right. And I straight away took a shower and I'm on the call. So what I'm talking to you is what I have actually done. So do I need an actual preparation? I don't need a preparation. I'm talking what I did and what I am doing. Right. But as an entrepreneur, how you enjoy life, because you don't have to, you are loving what you do. So when you love what you do, you don't have to put that extra effort to do it. Like right now, I'm enjoying, I'm talking to lots of people. Lots of people are learning. They're putting comments, right? They'll be asking questions. They'll be learning from you. So I'm enjoying this process. Then somebody will tell me, Amit, I took all the notes. I implemented what you said. I became successful. You become so happy about it. Wow. Somebody took your advice. Right. Now, when people are panicked that there's a lockdown, lots of businesses have gone down in our company, also in the globally, lots of businesses have gone down. Lots of people have lost their jobs. Right. But there was no lockdown for me. Because if you are a good seller, you will sustain yourself in the market in any condition, whatever happens. Because whether earthquakes come, whether there are floods, whether there are heavy rains, or whether it's COVID-19, people will surely buy. Right? But sellers find excuses. Right? But sellers who don't know how to sell. So if you have selling skills, you will sell in any market condition. And that's the reason there was no lockdown for my company. Lots of people also have mindset, oh, in home environment, you cannot perform. I can perform better if it was an office environment. There's no distraction. There's no television. Right. But mobile is always with you, even in the office. You can waste your time on Instagram and Facebook, social media. Now you can invest your time. Right now also we are using social media, but this is investing our time. Right. Entertainment for 15-20 minutes on Instagram is not wasting time. You're just getting refreshed. So if you are a person who will get distracted, you will get distracted even in office environment. And if you are a person who is clear with your goal, you will not get distracted even at home environment. Right. So I'm at home and my efficiency is not going down. Why? Because I'm clear with my goals. I know, right? Like I was very clear by 2025, I will have 100 companies. And I'm on track. In this process of lockdown, already I promoted 2 companies. Right. And this year, my goal was to promote 5 companies. I'm still on my goal. I'll promote 5 companies. Right. I will have 2 first generation owners this year. I'm very stubborn about my goals and I'm going to do it. But why I'm so confident? Because I'm not dependent on people. Do I trust people? 100% I trust people. Do I have blind trust on people? I don't have blind trust on people. I have trust on people. So I do give responsibilities to people, right? But I keep a watch on it. Are they, whatever responsibilities I've delegated, do you feel these people are doing it properly, are maintaining discipline while, doing the responsibilities? Like when I tell my owners, like you take a leaders meeting, I'll be on that leaders meeting, keeping a watch whether leaders meeting is happening or not. I will tell my team leader to take pitch practice. I'll be on another device connected, watching whether the pitch practice is happening or it's not happening. I will also call the audience and say, how was the leaders meeting? How was the training? What all you picked up? Then I'll call the second audience. I will keep on checking. So do you feel my leader or my owner will feel bad? Why my leader is, policing me? I'm not policing. I'm trying to understand if my owner or my team leader or a crew leader is doing some mistake, I can rectify that mistake. So my intentions of monitoring are not wrong. And I explain that intention. I'm going to keep a watch. I'm going to be connected. I'm also inquire whether your training is effective, whether your meetings are effective or not by asking to audience how was the meeting, taking a feedback, and then correcting you, what mistakes you did. Right. So training is a very essential part of every business. If you keep on training your people, right, and making them good and better than you, your business will keep on scaling. As a leader, you want a good team. Instead of having lots of people, focus on developing one at a time, but make that person very good and then go to the second, go to the third. Finish your project properly. But if the person is lazy, don't waste your time. Qualify them. Now, few qualities you require to become a good businessman. Find out whether the person is hardworking or not. If the person keeps on watching their watch and work, they're not the right person because for businessmen, there's no working hours. Businessman works on task and goals. This is my task. This is my goal. I can finish in 5 hours. If it doesn't finish in 5 hours, we might take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Doesn't make sense. Might take 18 hours as well. But I'll finish this task. The person has to be really hardworking. If the lift is not working, I'll take staircase, but I'll make sure the work is done. Right? Second thing, a positive attitude. The person is prepared to go through challenges and situations. When you're running a business, whether you're doing a job or you're living a life, challenges will always be there. And I think COVID-19 have taught people, the pandemic have taught people that you have to be prepared to take all the challenges in life. Because when I go in the market, I see everything is open. People are back to work with all precautions. Right? So a person having a great positive attitude. Third, the person has clarity what the person wants to do. Because when you recruit people, sometimes, they're not clear what they do. You be 100% transparent. Don't try to impress people by sugarcoating your business and explaining them. Explain your business is already very sexy. Business itself is a sexy thing to do, right? So a business is great, it's sexy. You don't have to sell it. Explain the business the way it is. Show them hard work from the day one. When I was taken on observation day, I was shown 100 doors on the first day. I was shown door-to-door sales in Pate area, right? And after 100 doors, I was shown 3 phones. I was tired, but and the person who took me out for observation didn't knew the local language, didn't knew Hindi. He was a Malayali guy and didn't knew English also properly. And he was talking, but he was so excited, he was so enthusiastic. Rejections was not affecting him, and that's what I liked. I'm like, wow, this guy is not as talented as me, doesn't have a personality like me, but he's not giving up. He's confident, he's running, he's excited, he's enthusiastic, and he's very proud about what he's doing. I want to do this. And that excited me to join the company. The person didn't sat for 2 hours and explain me the company profile. He's like, Amit, I think you attended the interview, you understand the company. I'll show you how we do sales. I'm like, let's go. He was straightforward and like, wow, I liked it. But he was honest, 100% honest. He showed what we do as a business. Right. So don't sugarcoat your business. Recruit people with 100% honesty. And once people are recruited, whatever questions they have, give them right and honest answers. Because you're recruiting your partners. You cannot build a team or build a business by lying to your people. Right. Whether it's right, whether don't, right. And when you're training people, train to replace people. Don't train to retain somebody. Right. Because even if you retain a person, the person is not getting replaced, no use. That person will always be a liability for you. How you replace people, because when your mentality like, I've recruited this person, my goal is I want to make this person as good as me. I'm amazing at sales, the person has to be amazing at sales. I can go out and fill 15, 20 applications a week, the person should be able to do. Right? I can go and recruit all kind of people. I want to teach the same thing. I can go, like in telesales, I can go out and do 150 calls a day, give 40 presentation and fill 5 forms a day. I want to teach that to that person. I want to replace that person, because the person is not replaced or will never get replaced, will always be a liability for you. Right? And you want assets in your company. You don't want liability. Right? And if the person get replaced, the person will also get retained. You don't have to put effort to retain or impress that person. And that will be a permanent retention, not a temporary retention. Right. So it's an old saying in our business. Right. Teach somebody fishing instead of giving them a fish. Teach them fishing properly so they can keep on fishing and keep on eating whole life. Right. And when you're leading a team, whether you're doing badly or whether you're doing great, stand in front of your people. When you're doing badly, tell them, I'm doing badly, but I'll do great. But face them. Accept that I'm doing badly right now. I was lazy yesterday. I'm going to work double hard and come through with it. People accept that leadership. An entrepreneur is also a great leader. Right? When things are not working, don't hide yourself. Don't run away. Stand with your people and say, right now we're going through tough times, right? But you'll see within few days or few weeks, we'll come through with it. And then sit together, make a strategy. How will you come through? Discuss with people, right? And work on that strategy. But work with people. Don't tell them what to do. Be with people. True relationships are built in businesses when people struggle together and they're standing with you and you all are struggling together. And then when you grow up, and that's the relationship I have with my all owners, because they saw me working hard. They saw me, right, having one person and within 2 months going to 20 people and then 40 people. They saw me, right, going back on the field as an organizational head and being stubborn about hitting your goals. One day I had goal of 10 application. I'm talking about 6 months back. And I remember it was not happening. And then 1 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock night, 12 o'clock night, 1 o'clock morning, 1 a.m. I filled my 10 forms. I'm like, anyway, it's 1 a.m. I'll reach home by 2 a.m. I cannot come back to office. So let's work whole night. Let's have a night out with street sales. And I worked till morning and then filled 16 applications. Worked till morning 7 o'clock, filled 16 applications. I opened the office, 7:30. I was in the office with 16 applications, hit my goals. And then I saw my people getting replaced. So because I showed them it's stubborn. Like on Instagram, you see lots of motivational thing, right? Where they show like entrepreneurs sleeping at 5 o'clock in the morning, right? And then people love this, but you have to show yourself. You cannot give somebody else example. You have to give your own example to people, right? Because they're like, that's good at Instagram. There are lots of inspiring quotations which come. You get temporary, you get very motivated with that. But if you want people to be permanently inspired by you, you have to show them how to do it. There were times as an organizational head, I'm talking about 7 months back, I'm talking about January and February this year itself, when my people were not able to hit their goals and they were like, no, we are stubborn of hitting our goals. I'm like, and they were girls. So I'm like, I'm going to come there and we'll work together till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we hit our goals. Next day morning, everybody back to office at 7:30, and then we again together went on the field next day. Because now, of course, they were awake till 1 o'clock. I was awake. I come to office on time. They come, but they might think, now this Amit will go and sleep and we are working. What I did next day was, I'm like, I'm going to come again back with you on the field and work together because you didn't sleep yesterday. I didn't sleep. Our goal is fill 2 forms and go back early. And then we all hitting our goals together by 5 o'clock, coming back to office, chilling out and going home. You have to be with your people. People don't care how long you've been in business. Right. I'm 40 years old. Right. But I run as a person who's 20, 21, and that's the reason I can connect to them. It's not about saying, hi, bro, how are you? Behaving as a bro. Right. On the field, running with them, standing with them, eating at McDonald's with them. Right. At night, 11 o'clock, finding a anda bhurji place and eating there with them. And then pitching a person who's also having anda bhurji and closing a deal there. That's what you have to do. Right. And then after that, going to coffee date. Right. With them, having a coffee and then pitching the person who's sitting next to you and closing a deal and showing them you can do business and fun together. And that's what you have to do. And that's what inspires people. That's what keeps people with you. A true leadership. Then you don't have to worry, this person will leave. What will happen? When you behave as a good leader, even you tell them, I think you should do something, they're like, no, I want to be with you. I know. See, once people understand that they will become successful with you, they will stay with you. But you have to be successful. Now, successful doesn't mean that you have lots of money. Success means whatever you say, you deliver that. Then people trust you. Oh, this person is saying, it means he's serious about it. He will do it. And that's the way you progress. You keep on progressing. You keep on progressing. Right. And that's what was always my quotation from day one. Do the thing you fear and the fear will disappear. Nowadays, people talk about that's the same thing as comfort zones. Right. Moving outside your comfort zone. Fear, comfort zone, these all are laziness. Isn't it? Right. I'm sitting on a chair. Behind that, there's a sofa. I'm sitting on sofa and doing this call is laziness. I'm like, no, I want to sit on a chair. That's the way I'm more active. Because that's the way my body language comes. It's Saturday. I have an option to come in casuals, but no, dressing up formally. Because when I expect my people to come in formals, I have to be in formals. I want them to be enthusiastic, excited. I have to be. I had a tiring day today. Tomorrow morning I was outside. I cannot come on the call and show people I'm tired. I took instead of hot shower, I took a cold shower. Because cold shower gives you more enthusiasm. Isn't it? And then I had a hot tea. And then I came on the call. Right. Being prepared. So if you have all this, things become easier. So it's 7:43. I can keep on talking. I think it's the right time for people to ask questions. Rohit, right? Rohit told me,
Yeah.
Amit, you should have 15, 20 minutes for people to ask
Yeah,
questions as well.
so let's take a couple of questions, and then because we have about 15 minutes now, so let's be as quick as possible. So I have a question, and I think this is a question that's come from Preeti. I'm just going to put it on the screen that you can see as well.
As you said that you are from HR background, which or what point made you not to give up? From HR background, which or what point made you not to give up? Right. See, because I was enjoying, my intention of joining this company was I wanted any job in Pune. Right. So I picked up this job. Why I took HR? Because my marks were less in BCom. So when I applied for MBA to this good college, all marketing seats were full. Right. So they only had seats in HR and they desperately wanted a boy in HR because out of 60 people, 58 were girls there. So they're like, we want at least one or two boys. So they wanted two boys in HR because in 2001, boys, there was no vacation. HR means girls are
Yeah,
good for HR.
I remember that. I think it was always like it's like a prejudice that, girls do HR, boys don't do HR, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
boys means marketing. So I
Yeah.
picked up HR. But again, because I picked up HR, I knew my dad has invested lots of money and I had taken education loan. I had to pay the loan. So I studied seriously and I started liking HR. But I was nothing that I'm a HR man, so I should do HR. Right. I'm like, I want to make lots of money. Right. I want to become successful. I want a lifestyle. So whichever field gives me, I'll do that. And that's what I saw here when I came. I saw successful entrepreneurs. My mentor Sai, he was successful. The way he used to dress up, the kind of, the lifestyle he had. I'm like, wow, I can achieve this from here. And then, as I told you, as I came, sales worked for me. I had a personality to sell. It happened. And then when it didn't happen for a few days, I became doubtful also, can I do it? Because when you're 25 years old, you take impulsive decisions. You like something and you want to do it. And few days you fail in something, you don't want to do it. But that time, you have to listen to your mentors. If some people inspire, if you get inspired by somebody, it should be a permanent inspiration, cannot be temporary inspiration. So when I was inspired by Sai, so when I felt I cannot do it, I was free enough to talk to him, discuss, and I'm like, if this person is giving me suggestion, it means right, let me do it. And that's the reason I didn't quit. I kept on it. And why I didn't quit, I always made money. I was able to maintain lifestyle. I love food. I always had great food. I used to spend every day 500 to 600 rupees on food. Even on those days, I used to spend 5 to 6,000 every week on my dress code. I was able to, so everything was cool. So I didn't thought about quitting.
All right. So let's move on to the next question. That is from Fatima, who says, I think she's got a question from one of her recent thing. A
The
person
person
wants
want to buy the policy but doesn't have money as he's unemployed. Right. Great.
what
So
should we
if the
say?
person leave the person happy. Thank you so much for listening to me. Right. I'm sure you'll get a job. And once you get a job, I'm sure you'll buy a policy. Leave. Do your law of average. Don't sit on one person. A business works on law of average. So if the person is unemployed, whatever, whether it's insurance, whether it's charity, whatever product, you will leave the person happy. But leave everybody on a good note. That's the difference between an entrepreneur and a salesman. Always. Thank you so much for listening to me. Have a great day, right? And leave the person happy, right? Because that makes you an entrepreneur. There are so many incidents where people were rude to me, but I left them on a happy note and they came back to me. There were people who banged the door on the field with me, the people who shouted at me. I'm like, so I'm really sorry for disturbing you, but thank you so much for listening to me. Have a great day. And by the time I left their premises, they're like, I'm sorry for misbehaving with you. Please come. I want to give you a check. Leave everybody on a good note. because you don't know whom you're talking to. Sounds
All
good?
right. Yeah. All right. So there's another question from Praneeth. Uh, okay, this is a little hard to read, but I saw a code like you can only sell when you're ready to buy the product, but sometimes
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need to sell. Yeah.
But I can't read after the but in some time.
But in sometimes we need to sell every product inspired we like it or not in front of our team to prove our best trainer. How can you justify my query? So it says that
Okay.
you need to like.
Now I got the question. I got the
Yeah.
question. Now, if you can't buy something, you can't sell. It's very simple. If I'm not convinced, that I can donate to this charity, I cannot sell. If I can't buy that insurance policy for myself, I can't sell the insurance. If I don't like Tata Sky, I cannot sell Tata Sky, isn't it? So it's true. It, buying means doesn't mean literally you have to buy. It means you are convinced that the product or the service you are selling is genuine and actually will make difference in the lifestyle of the person whom you're selling to. If whatever I'm selling, whether it's charity or a product, if I'm not convinced that the person should actually buy this thing, I will not sell. You should be 100% convinced that whatever you're selling will enhance lifestyle of the person who's buying. That person should genuinely buy. Like, so if you are selling insurance, the person should generally buy insurance because something happens, goes wrong. It's a huge support, right? I don't want to get in detail, but I'm coming from a hospital right now. I was busy for last 2 days, some close relative, and when the bill came, everything was paid by insurance, and the person was happy. As the patient came to know that the entire amount is paid by insurance, he became so happy. He was like, "Wow!" Right. Same thing with Tata Sky. This is the best service. So all the services we sell as a company, right, is the best in the industry, whether it's charity, whether it's product, whether it's ICICI Bank, whether it's Google, whether it's Tata Sky, whether it's Future Generali, right? They are the best market leaders. And people who buy their services are very happy that they bought the services. Because I have personally sold everything. Right. And what I know in this company, QSPL never tie up with any company which doesn't give good service to their customers. If you sell a Tata Sky to a customer, Tata Sky is the best in the market. Future Generali, all claims will be settled. 100%. I've seen that happening. Right. When it's charity, they're the best charity and genuine charity. Money actually reaches there. I've seen the projects. So I'm 100% convinced when I'm selling. But when people doubt me, is the service good? I don't sit and justify them. I'm confident and I go to the next one. When somebody tells me the product or the company I'm selling is chore, I'm like, sir, thank you so much for telling me this. I will right now go and quit. Whatever client they talk about, when I'm replying, ye charity the chore hai. Sir, thank you. Meri aankhein khol diya aapne. Thank you so much. I'll go and quit. So, but as I quit, I'll get unemployed. I'll immediately come to you with a resume. I want you to give me a job. I will have fun with that person. Right? I don't want to justify. Right. Next question.
Okay, so we have a question from Deepika who says, how to make sure that my team members are also profitable as me as a leader?
Okay. Now, when you have a team, I cannot control performance of entire team. I can control my own performance and one or two people I'm training. So if I'm training one person, I'll make sure I'm profitable. I'll make sure my person is profitable. If I'm training two people, my two people and me are profitable. I'll not break my head in making sure that everybody is profitable. One thing at a time. Right? So first quality, you have to be profitable. Your 60% problem will be solved if you are profitable every day. Because the best way to learn something is people should have the belief that it works. So when they see that my leader is selling every single day, the person confident is like, if my leader is selling every day, I can sell. Second thing, I saw my leader selling every day. Whenever I go with them, I see that person closing and I know how that person closed. The person will learn and do it themselves. Right? So that's the way you make sure your team is profitable. Don't get into management mode. Let my people sell. I will just train them, mentor them, motivate them. Don't waste your time. Because sometimes lots of team leaders tell me, Amit, whole day my team was calling me. I was solving their problem. I'm like, solving the problem, give my number. I'll do that. Your job is to sell yourself. And if you're training one person, make sure that person is profitable. If you're training two people, those two people are profitable. That's all. Because that's all you can control. You cannot control performance of 7 to 8 people at a stretch. Fair enough?
All
Sounds
right.
good?
Yeah. Okay. So we got a question from Zillion who says, how to handle identity crisis in any meme? I don't know the reference of that, but
Identity. See, everybody wants identity, right? Everybody at your age, right, is hungry where for being popular, where everybody knows you, right? But when you do badly, where you've done great, you're doing great, everybody knows you. And then for some time you start doing badly and you feel now people are not seeing me with that respect, right? You're true. Again, go and perform. You have identity again, right? Become a performer. Stop thinking what people think about you, right? Go back and become a performer. Go back and learn. And if you can be a performer once, you can be a performer 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times, and keep on being performer.
okay. So I'm going to take the last question now. Uh, just as we're running out of time, the question is, how do you keep your people happy and motivated in with so much negative things going around? Pune being most affected with COVID-19. How do you keep them hopeful and keep them going?
By you being successful and you being performer. My entire team, my entire company, an organization is motivated because as a company, my profits are going up, up and up. Number of people in my team is going up, up and up. Number of companies increasing. So if you keep on performing, you keep on working, people see you working, people see you performing, people see you achieving, people see you failing, and people see you coming back. People seeing you hitting your rock bottom and again coming up, right? You will see your people will be always motivated and inspired, and they will also come back. But when you become weak as a leader and you start getting to analysis, I don't know what will happen. Can I do it or not? What will happen? People want to join excited people. If people don't see you excited and enjoying your position, they don't want your position. Right. Even if you have lots of money, name, fame, people see you're not enjoying your position. You're always depressed. You're also in tension. I don't know what will happen, market condition, my goals. People don't want to be in your position. You be happy, you be excited, you achieve things, you work hard, you fall down, you get up, you run again achieve things. People will love to be with you and people will be happy and excited about it.
All right, perfect. So I think we have time for one last question. So let's just do this. It's by Injil who says, "Can you do well in this line if you're an introvert?"
In your 100%, right? In fact, more than 60% people joining our company are introvert, right? It doesn't make a difference. Lots of people in personal life are different and professional life are different. You see me as such an outspoken, confident person. You will not believe in my personal life, I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people. I don't talk to strangers. Professionally, if you ask me, I can talk to anybody in this world. Anybody, I mean, right? But personal life, I'm not very confident talking to people. I don't like going. I mean, why should I go and talk to somebody stranger? I'm hesitant. If somebody asks me, can you go and ask address to somebody? And I'm like, no. And I used to get very ashamed. And dad used to go, Arey bhaiya, I'm like, dad, how can you talk to a stranger and ask address? Right. I used to see my dad buying vegetables and fruit. He'll go and eat one banana and buy 10 bananas. I'm like, Dad, how can you eat a banana like this? But in professional life, I can go and eat at a customer's place. So you can be different in personal life and professional life, and lots of people will believe on this. Sounds good?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Amit, for doing this. Thank you so much for taking out the time. I hope everything is well on your side, that you couldn't make it. Thank you so much once again for this evening. I'm sure everybody had a great time. You spoke some really nice things. and some great learnings to be taken from here. So yeah, thank you so much for being a part of our sessions this evening.
Cheers. It was really
Cheers,
nice
bye.
talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
All
guys
right.
picked up lots of stuff
All
and will
right. Thank you so
implement.
much. You have a good
Cheers.
evening and a good week ahead, man.
Good evening. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. Thank you so much, people. Thank you so much for being a part of this evening session. I hope you guys picked up a lot of great things that Amit had to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the session as well. Uh, we will see you next week again for another session of In the Spotlight. For everybody, we will be putting out the post sometime next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. So stay tuned. Do follow Amit and his organization on Instagram, on Facebook, the Velocity Organization. Okay, until then, you guys have a good week, have a good weekend, and stay safe, take care, and bye. I'll see you next week.